Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into Fun Sparkle Drama. I am your host, Nico Cervantes. Today, we are going to do an uncensored, uncut, exposed show with my beautiful co-hosts, Miss Nina LaFuente and Miss Deja Ray. Yeah, the co-host.
I call you Coco.
I like how you said the uncut version.
Right? I know.
All right.
I knew you guys were gonna go there.
Call me Guy one more time.
Oh my God, you too. You too.
Oh, Lord. How are you doing, ladies?
Good.
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 We're
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
you look amazing. Didn't get the invitation. It's like all Oscar show.
No, I know.
Academy Awards.
Well, I had to bring it because Deja was coming. I was like, nah,
She wasn't having it.
I feel like I'm gonna ride a horse or something. I'm like super casual compared to you guys.
No, it's true. It's really
Anyway,
true.
I am really happy with how the girls look tonight. I can't believe I'm so underdressed. They didn't let me know that they were dressing up, which is very typical of them. But they look absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And I'm just really happy that they're here. I'm really happy that they're by my side. And I don't care. I don't mind being kind of the schlubby guy. Nina, I want to talk to you about what was your favorite show and why?
I think my favorite show was probably the gift-giving one.
Oh, just the two of us?
Yeah, because that was hilarious. And it was really early on in the season, and we were still like, kind of figuring it out, but, with the guests and whatnot. But that was the first show after like 3 or 4 tapings that we had done already. And it was just you and I. So that was fun.
And it looks like there was Vaseline on the camera. Oh. It was like dark and no set. It looks more fabulous.
Yeah.
And why was it your favorite show?
For that reason, it was just you and I, and we were just having fun. And I know a lot about gift giving, so I love to
Do you
talk.
like how she said that, Deja? It was her and I.
Just you and I,
Just-
and basically
just me
about
and-
her.
me and Nico.
There was nobody else that you had to talk to. It was just you and her.
But I think my favorite guest probably was Jimmy Fallon. He is one of the most talented people ever. And I was really grateful to have him on the show. I rarely, especially nowadays, I don't change our production schedule for our guests. And he is someone that I changed our production schedule 3 times for. So we have our Uncle Nico segment, and we have a question. So I'm gonna start, but you guys can chime in and help me. This is from Jody from Los Angeles. Hello, Jody. Dear Uncle Nico, I am 22 and starting to go through what many young adults go through when they realize their parents aren't perfect. I realize that I'm holding on to negative childhood memories and as an adult reflecting on my mom and dad's behavior. I disagree with many decisions they made and wish they would have handled them differently. I'm angry and finding it difficult to confront them as I know they won't listen. What advice do you have for me? Oh, Jody.
Can I say something?
I thought it was Ask Nico.
Yeah, it was ask Uncle Nico.
Uncle Nico.
Okay,
Ask
go.
Uncle Nico, and then I'll ask my co-host.
Okay, answer.
But I do want your opinion because you are a mom.
She's a parent, right?
I went through this exact same thing with my parents. It was really difficult because there's nothing you could do to go back and change everything. Like they can't go back and change their behavior. You can't go back and have a different story. So I think my best advice to give to you is know who your parents are and love them for who they are, but know that no matter what, there isn't that time that can change, and just work towards the future and building their relationship. I mean, I don't know what they did, but I do know if you are asking this question, you do want to resolve it. So I think that you need to, in a sense, move on, and you can go to therapy for that or talk to friends and get their advice. But I really do think that you need to move forward. Nina, what do you think, being a mom?
Well,
Because you're a mom.
just when I was listening to the question, she's like, I'm 22 years old and I'm getting to that point. And it's like, I think that's great. I think we do get to that point in our young adult life where we start to see the world around us and the other people, how they're raised and their relationships with their parents. I think that we get to a different level when we become parents. I know there's certain things that I got to in regards to my mother that I didn't realize until I became a mom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also think that you're right. Like she needs to work on it from her perspective, because you can't expect them to change the situation, to change anything. You have to be the one to shift your view on it.
But I mean, I have to agree. I think for me, being 25 years old, for me, I kind of went through the same thing with my parents not too long ago, and I had to change. It wasn't so much me changing; it was me try looking at it the way they see it.
Yeah.
Lately I've been trying to view other points of views and not just my own. And it's all a growing process. It's a growing pain, really.
Yeah.
You know, there's these hardships that you go through in life, and you know, you think about the past and it hurts, but you could always fix your future, because the future is, you know, unwritten, right? You have the pen.
But in the same context, I think that we should talk a little bit about drag families and why, you know, RuPaul always does say, as gay people, we make our own families. And we get that opportunity, we get to build our own families, because sometimes our families don't accept us. And I think for drag, even so, it's like, I know people that do drag and their parents don't accept. I'm always bringing it back to drag, aren't I?
Kind of.
Anyway, it's all the center of my universe. But in that context, I think that with drag queens, I know a lot of people the parents will accept them as gay men, but then won't accept them as drag queens. And so, Deja, tell us a little bit about drag families and
Drag
in
families, and I guess you find families in any of your outlets in general. I mean, for me, I'm a dancer, and I have a dance family. You know, we don't really talk about our feelings; we dance it out. And in drag, you can really show your artistic side. With makeup and with hair and with costumes and with jewelry, whatever it is, you're on stage, and that's something that your drag family helps you out with, because when you come into a drag family, that you're like the baby, and they want you to succeed and do whatever because they've been through it.
But
so
also,
they know
I think too, like they do it because like they kind of represent, like you say, you have a drag mother, I'm your drag auntie,
right?
You know, your sister.
Where do I fit in?
You're the sis.
I love that. I'm all.
no. But
I
I
mean,
mean,
you just aged me like 15 years. Thanks.
Because Nina's more of like, you know, a sister, like a big sister. She's like the older sister, and you are like you know, older sister, but with like, you know, just a teach, you know, older.
Okay, anyway, go on. You bitch.
You're just my auntie. You're my
Anyway,
auntie.
back to drag families. I feel like they too bring emotional support into the situation. Like they kind of replace
There's an
that.
understanding.
Yeah,
There's
I
an
mean, I
understanding.
know some queens that are closer with their drag mom than they are with their real mom, and that's really sad. I mean, it's not sad. It's amazing that they have these people in their lives.
Right. I think there's also there's an emotional connection when you connect to these people.
Yeah.
And it's a connection that you can't connect with your parents, your own parents, because for some reason they won't understand what you're going through, but your drag family knows exactly what you're going through because they've been through the same thing.
Yeah. How did you, because you have drag parents and you're a drag mom,
Yeah.
correct?
Correct.
So were your drag, when you were having problems with your family,
Right.
or, you know, was it when you came out of the closet, was that it?
Around that time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what they've taught me, Miss Jade and Miss Cha-Cha Ray, what they taught me was to have a tough skin. It wasn't so much that they helped me with my performances. They did help me, you know, put looks together and tell me what looked good and what didn't look good. But they really helped me emotionally as far as thickening my skin and not worrying what other people have to say, other queens, other critics, really, and to do it for me.
And there's no one better than a drag queen that could show that, because they've been through so much.
Right.
You know, it's like they get exiled from the community and then they get exiled from their own gay community a lot of times. So, you know, it is what it is. Nina, what about you as a mom? Like, when was it when you realized that you're, you know, I think that Diego's kind of like, he hasn't gotten there yet, but when Ari, who's your older daughter, when she needed you?
Well, I feel like she's always needed me, and it's been in different levels. But I remember there was a time when she was really close with one of my best friends. And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, like, why is she so close with her? But she was getting something from her that she couldn't get from me. She had some independence, but she had some guidance. And so I think as a parent, I think you have to let your kids, like, we're not the only ones that get to raise you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
And my children, I hope, go off into like areas where they can like flourish more of who they are with other people, not because I've repressed them or not accepted them. Do you know what I mean? So if one of my kids are gay, I'd hope that they would find a gay community that could expose them and enlighten them in ways that I can't.
Well,
I mean,
I'm Uncle Nico.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
but you know what I'm
We
saying?
can hope and pray.
But what I'm saying is, like, I can only give so much. And what I can give is so broad, but at the same time, I'm not a drag queen. If one of my children wanted to go into drag, I would hope they would find a lovely and wonderful, supportive community that could help them there. So
We will. Well, you know, it's funny because my biological father was completely out of the picture with me.
Oh,
And-
uncensored.
Uncensored, yes, he was out of the picture. And my stepfather kind of came at a point where I was like, I found him as a threat when he moved in
Right.
and with my mom, and like all of a sudden their relationship kind of blossomed really quickly, and they moved in together. He was suddenly in my life, but we were not close, unfortunately, and it's not because of one thing or another, but we just weren't close. And it was really the gay men in my life, my mom's friends, that I called Uncle Kenny,
Right.
and there was Uncle David, and there was Uncle Jay. They are the ones that taught me how to shave, and they are the ones that taught me about puberty, and they are the ones, and it was like really interesting, like they were like my dads in a sense.
Yeah.
And,
your male role models.
Yeah, models. So when I came out of the
And
closet,
on that note, I'm just going to refresh us a little
oh my
bit.
God. Did they just pull out a bottle of wine? So I think the audience should know, if there's ever episodes where Nina talks too much, it's because she drinks on
No,
set.
okay, you make it sound like I drink. Literally, like the past
Okay,
two
you get
episodes.
very boozy when you, like boozy sounding when you drink. I just want to let you know. I'm not judging.
Words are
Boozy.
slurred.
I'm not judging.
Boozy.
Judging. I'm
Judging.
judging.
And I'm not drinking. I have my kombucha on.
Listen to that.
All right.
Yes,
Yes,
this is
kombucha.
not Lindsay Lohan style
The past
kombucha.
2 episodes, we have been taping, cheers. We have been
baby.
taping a little longer than usual. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring a little wine and I'm going to bring it for the guests. And I usually have like a glass or two at home at night. And I was like, this is my evening, so why don't I bring
Or
a
a
little
glass
wine?
before you come to the studio.
Now, I used to do a glass before I came to the studio. Now I don't do the glass before. Now I just have a glass or two and share it with our
And then
guests.
she sneaks it
Sharing
from me.
is caring.
No, I don't sneak it. You're with your kombucha.
And we're going to turn the tables, and I am going to, since I'm always here like bombarding people with questions, and I'm always trying to get people to talk about uncomfortable things, I'm going to do a favor to both of you as a thank you for being on the show, and you guys can both ask me a personal question, so I don't have to feel so guilty when I go to bed at night that I harass people. Apparently.
That's a good one. Turning the tables.
So Nina, why don't you go first?
Okay. When was the first time that you really like got into like online dating? Like when did you realize like this is the jam for the gays and I'm all about it / I love me
See,
some online
this is
dating?
a little bit of a very personal question because not only I'm not worried about the whole hooking up, gay dating thing. I don't really care who knows. I'm more worried because it will then show how old I am.
Okay, so
the
how
first
old do you
time
say on your how old do you say you are?
I was
No, on your profiles now.
oh 30. 30.
Come on, Uncle.
I didn't say. Uncut.
The first time there was a thing called Planet Out that was an online.
Excuse me.
And they do have like an app now, but it's not popular. But it was called Planet Out, and it was an online dating site. But you didn't have to like. It was before they verified you or anything. Like you could really be like 14, and I think that's how old I was,
Oh my god.
or younger.
Did they have internet back then when you was 14? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, keep drinking that
Sip your
wine.
juice.
Keep drinking that wine.
Sip
See
the
how it
grape
happens.
juice.
With my kombucha. what is it?
Yeah. See if you're booked soon.
That's gonna be my drag name, kombucha.
Anyway.
Kombucha La Fuente.
Kombucha la
I love these bitches. I give them the opportunity to ask me a question and then turn it back around to themselves.
That wasn't me, that was her.
I love these women, but they get on my last nerve. They are, and again, it's like, sometimes they just won't shut up. They won't shut up. And, you know, we have a very short show, and we have a lot of content to get out, and they won't shut up. Anyway.
Okay, so that was my question.
Plan it out. I was 14 years old. It was like totally innocent. I hadn't even been with a guy. I hadn't kissed a guy. And I went on this website and
How
I
old
was
did
just
you say you were?
18.
Oh.
You know, but I just was talking to them.
Right.
But I was probably talking to some like 85-year-old
You
guy
probably
from
were.
Wisconsin that lives up on top of a mountain.
All right. He got a coin if he lives on a mountain, honey.
I like that's where you think. Anyway, that was my answer.
All right, what's your question?
What's
for
my
him?
question?
When was it when you realized what you wanted to do? Like, this is what you wanted to do.
So, of course, like I was an actor first, and I got cold. You know, it was a different time. It was like pre-Glee, where we celebrated people of different body types and genders. It was at a time, if you wanted to be an actor in the entertainment business, like you had to look a certain way,
Right.
and you had to act a certain way. So people in my life, even though I was a personality and I did really love it, they were trying to talk me out of doing what I love to do. So you get stuck in your head. And so that's why I chose being in the event business. And I love it, but it was definitely a fallback career for me because I was constantly told I couldn't do this. So, you know, once you have therapy and you start getting older, you start realizing the clarity in your life, then you realize, okay, this is something I can do. It doesn't matter. Why was I listening to people? And I was listening to adults, people that are older than me. So yeah, that was like it's just recent. It's going to continue to evolve, I think.
I love that.
Ms. Deja, I'm going to put this one on you.
Oh.
What is your favorite hookup site?
Oh,
to meet
that
man.
is
To meet man.
To meet a man. Honestly, I don't meet a lot of men online. That's an honest answer. Sometimes it's just at a bar or,
CVS.
at a club, at the CVS. Yeah.
Oh, I love it at the CVS.
At the Rite Aid. I'm just,
I've met a man at CVS before.
Yeah, just daytime fish and, running out to get some lashes or to, get some duct tape,
Your own home improvement.
Right,
That's where you can meet the menses.
Yeah, but I haven't met anybody online.
Yeah, well, we know how I feel about online. I'm not a big fan of the online.
I know, you're not. I love it.
Yeah, you're like the king of online.
I know about every online.
But is it online to hook up or online for for friends?
Really, it's both. I've been on dates
Friends.
and
Dates.
I've hooked up with guys online.
On the
Oh.
first date?
Uncut.
That's
Yeah.
not scary?
I mean, what do you mean first date? Sometimes it's not a date. Sometimes you just do it. You meet and you just.
I know, but isn't that scary? Like, you don't know this person, you barely know their name.
It's perfect that way. Are you kidding me? So I guess I didn't explain this correctly. I'm not a whore anymore. I was in my early 20s. And I think that sometimes when you're in the moment, you say things that you don't necessarily mean. But anyway, now that I'm 30-ish, I expect drinks and dinner and cuddling afterward. So does that still count as a whore?
All right.
All edited.
I mean, sometimes it's all like...
Yeah, they're not editing any of this footage, right?
Oh, I hope. I don't know. I mean, it is uncensored. I have nothing to hide. I mean, honestly, if you go online and you send your photo, whether it be a dirty photo or a face photo, to somebody, you have to know it may get out. So I have nothing
and
to
I was
hide.
just gonna say, somebody
It's
who
stupid
does
for me to
events.
hide.
Because you're a public figure. We're all public figures, really. So
Yeah.
I think that's where Nina's coming from, where she's kind of protecting herself and her business, in a sense. But you don't seem to mind.
Well,
No shade. No shade. No tea. No shade, girl.
no, okay, so here's the deal with this whole hookup thing. Usually, both people are in the same mind frame that they don't want to also admit to other people that they've hooked up. Like, they would never tell their girlfriend or their boss or their employee, like, oh, I had a really great hookup last night. I didn't even know his name. They wouldn't brag about that.
Right.
So usually go into it with some discretion.
Okay.
I mean, I don't do it so much anymore because I'm old.
And that's when you host.
As you remind me of, that I'm old. But in my 20s, I actually did, and I used to give my girlfriend my number, or who I used to take the guy's photo that I was meeting, because you got to exchange the photo.
Right.
And then I would give it to my girlfriend.
Face and below.
I never gave her the below, just the face. But anyway, I give her that, and I gave her his phone number, and I told her every time, and that was our
Who?
deal. Courtney.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at she got.
This
she got
was
her-
pre Nina.
Who you telling my business?
I said
to,
my
bitch?
early 20s. It was pre Nina, but I would give her that, and that was my way of being safe. And we had that thing, and she never shared that information.
I mean, but how did she know that you were not safe, though?
I was always safe.
I know, but how does she know? Like, she has all this information. What is she going to
She
do with
was
it?
concerned, but she's very non-judgmental that way.
Yeah.
Not like some people.
I am not judgmental.
You are judgmental.
Oh,
Maybe a
You know what? I have a bone to pick with you too.
Oh, my
oh, come on,
goodness.
Bones.
I'm on bones.
Let me
So
adjust my
I
pillow
feel like
for this
you've
one.
been kind of like not supportive in my drag.
Say
Like
what?
since I've started drag. So I wanted to bring something up to Nina that was really bothering me for a very long time. Ever since I started doing drag, she was openly unsupportive, and she changed the subject every time I spoke about it. So it was something that I wanted to bring up. And of course, I didn't want to bring it up on the show, but she gave me no other option. Last couple months, you have not been very supportive.
I feel like you have not included me in your drag.
Okay,
I knew that this was gonna be narcissistic.
Let me interject, 'cause I feel like I'm the referee. I just need a whistle.
And a striped shirt that's
Okay,
all low cut.
why do you feel like he hasn't? I mean, because drag is like gay-ish.
Oh,
Why
I
do you
get
feel
it.
like? Why do you feel like he hasn't?
I love drag. When I lived in Chicago in the late 80s and early 90s, I would go to this place with the gay boys after work. The restaurant, it was called La Cueva, and it was a Latin in Spanish drag bar. Like,
Okay.
those girls would come up to me and be like, really reading me to make sure, like, they had to really look at me because those girls looked amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I love drag. I love the gay community. I feel like you started this whole like new group of friends, and you guys were going to brunch, and your gaggle, you call it, the gay boys.
Yeah, my gaggle.
And I wasn't invited. Oh, it's just the boys. And so then he started doing the drag as like a branch off from that. And so I haven't really been like, oh girl, you got to come and see me perform. So I feel like I haven't really been included.
Oh, is that what you mean? Like
I've been waiting for an invitation. Like I feel like he hasn't really. I feel like you haven't really like included me in that.
This is your answer, but being a queen, I get that. But I also have separate group of friends as well.
Oh yeah, no, and I get that. But like he says, I feel like you haven't been supportive of me. Well, I don't feel like you've let me in.
Well, okay, so Nina, that is like totally, I think that makes me feel so much better. Because I felt like you're the one person in my life that, sorry Deja, but you're like the one person in my life that I do sometimes look to your approval. Because I know, honestly, Nina, like you will definitely like shoot it to me straight. Regardless.
Well, family,
I know, but there is like that security and there's no questions asked. You'll just let me have it. And I love that. But I feel like that really makes me feel a lot better because I just felt like here I was doing something that made me so happy that, really does. It makes me more happy than anything. And I was like, okay, my best friend is obviously not supportive. It was really great to see and to hear Nina's reaction of why she was unsupportive in my drag. And it was really nice to see the vulnerability that she had and the fact that she just felt, that she expressed that she felt she wasn't a part of it. It made it a little bit easier. So it's interesting, sometimes it's better to call people out, especially the people that you love, on things that you think that they think of you. And it's, instead of letting it go and having it be awkward, it was really nice to hear her side of it. And so I wish I would have given her the benefit of the doubt to know that she loves me, she's my friend, she's my co-host, and she would never be unsupportive.
I think because Nina is like also such a strong personality, you would think she would just jump right in and just love you.
Yeah.
But
or just tell me like, oh my God, why am I not invited? I invited you to the first show.
It was like a school night.
Well, you should talk to her about booking because she's the one that's not booking.
The 3 hours of sleep. You're a busy girl.
Anyway, well, thank you for that. Don't go anywhere. When you come back, it's going to be more uncut with these two hookers. I love them to death. See you when you get back. Bella Vista Designs is Southern California's premier audio and visual company, specializing in decorative lighting, draping, and sound for your upcoming wedding or event. Welcome back, everyone. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Nico Cervantes, and you're watching Fun Sparkle Drama, Uncensored, Uncut, and Exposed. And I'm here with my two co-hosts, Miss Nina LaFuente and Miss Deja Ray.
Yes, God.
Yes, and we're having a good show.
Yeah.
So much
How's that
fun.
wine kicking in?
It's kicked in, girl.
Smooth.
It's good. I like white, so.
Anyway, we were talking over the break about how you want to ask Nina questions. And
you know what?
Scarred.
Because let's go back to that throwing shade and the little tiff that we have.
let's
which I
remind
didn't
the
know we
viewers what
had.
throwing shade is again, because not everyone knows.
Well, Miss Nina is the queen of throwing shade, honey.
Yeah,
Yeah, the house
she
down
is.
boots, and she does it so like smooth, like you don't even know she's doing it until after you think about it, and you're like, oh, that bitch just.
And remind them what throwing
And
shade
I'm already
is.
on to the next.
Right. So throwing shade is just like having like a little dig, like a small little dig, like just.
Give me an example. Throw some shade at me.
I can't. You're the host. I need a booking.
I'm giving you a get out of jail free card.
Okay. Well, stripes look good on you, baby.
Anyway, that's shade.
That's shade, girl.
These are like vertical.
Right. It looks good.
Two.
No
I said
shade.
one.
No shade. No shade.
Okay.
No shade. No
Okay.
shade.
Thank you.
No, but my question to Miss Nina is, Miss Nina, you knew I was gonna, cover for you while you was in vacation. What did you really think about me covering for you?
I thought you were going to get a little too comfortable up here.
You thought I was gonna come for your job?
I thought, no, and I know you guys love each other, and I love you too. So I was like, oh, cool, Deja's going to cover. And then I was like, oh, Lord. I'm like, I'm kind of lazy. I'm always running in here after I've been at work, and I'm making Diego dinner, and I'm like, get in the shower, and I'm throwing whatever makeup on. I was like, Deja's going to show up, and she's going to have her outfits. And sure enough, you did.
I surely did, girl.
And it was so funny, but it was cool because it's like, I loved that you covered for me because it's like, we're like the same, but you're like the extreme opposite. So it was cool. Like, it
The
was
same,
cool.
but not the same.
But not the really.
The same.
Because the staff had other things to say, girl. No, the staff, that was a little bit
I
of
need my
shade.
fan.
That was a little bit of shade. Just a little
Where's
bit.
the umbrella?
No, but it was really a lot of fun.
No, it was cute and it was cool. And but you were getting all shady with me at the Pride Festival. You were
You
like,
see, at the Royal Ball, you mean?
Yeah.
At the Royal Ball? Oh, 'cause-
Yeah,
oh,
Royal Ball.
I was. But that was like just cute, fun shade. That wasn't really
I
like.
know, but I was already like a week in. I hadn't even taped the other episode, and you were like, Nico, did Nico
that's
talk
what-
to you yet?
Yeah,
And
that's
I was
exactly what I
like-
told her. So did Nico tell you the news that the show's
And we were
going
like
in
in the bathroom, like putting our lipstick
We
on
were.
and stuff like that.
But I was like, did Nico share the news with you that the show's going in a different direction? And she was like, wait, what?
And then I run out to you, and I'm all, what's going on? And he's like, oh my God, Deja's just giving you a hard time. And I was like,
No, and you were
"Okay."
like, no. And then I thought you just had a couple too much to drink, as usual.
Oh my God.
Oh,
it
well,
was a
cheers
party.
to that, girl.
I know.
Okay.
Well, someone had a lot to
Then
drink,
you
too.
called me in the morning even. I was like, I thought
I got that
I thought
text.
you weren't going to
I got that
remember.
text.
And you called me like at 8 o'clock in the morning after we had been out drinking at an event.
Right.
And you're like, so is this the way what's happening? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And I said, I'm not even, what did I say? I said,
You're all, I am not even talking about
I'm not
this
even
right
talking
now.
this,
And
yeah.
I was cracking up because I was like, well, you know, maybe they do want to take in a new direction. And then I was like, they don't want her all the time.
What about the direction of the three of us being amazing like we are right now?
Oh my! This is. I mean, I was telling Nina backstage was that feels like a reunion because all three of us were on the first episode,
Yes.
and that's what it feels like. It's very reunion.
It's
and
very Housewives of Atlanta.
Very-
It's very
Honey,
like
Portia Williams,
natural.
hands down,
It's very
girl.
natural fish.
Oh, now that was shade. You
Okay.
see, I'm telling you, she's a palm tree.
Anyway, I think we're out of time.
We were out of time.
And
like an
maybe they're
hour
going to
ago.
kick us out. You might not see us again here because of our uncut,
All right,
uncensored,
uncut.
exposed show. But Deja, before we leave, I do want you to tell the people out there about all the stuff that you're going to be doing with Pride and everything.
Yeah, I'm actually on the Pride Committee this year for the Pacific Pride Foundation, and our Pride Festival is July 11th, the downtown Santa Barbara, Delegara Plaza, and it's going to be so much fun. It's in the heart of our town, so
And I'm going to be performing.
yeah. Oh,
Is this the first year it's been in downtown?
That was shade.
it's been downtown before. It's they're bringing it back because it used to be at Chase Palm Park, and then they moved it to Ledbetter Beach.
Right. Okay.
And now they're bringing it back to the roots, I guess.
Yeah.
And Belinda Carlisle's playing.
Yes, she is head from the Go-Go's.
Yeah?
You know, of course you know her. It's your era.
Oh.
No shade.
So I've heard that
No
Belinda
tea.
Carlisle's not very nice as a person. Speaking of celebrities, I heard that she's not nice.
Gossipy.
Yeah.
Well, she's not probably getting
Well,
paid.
oh no,
No.
she's getting paid, honey. Let's just make that very clear. The woman is getting paid the house down boots, okay? But she does have like a lot of list of demands.
Ooh, like what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna share that.
Oh.
But you know, she is one of our headliners, and we do from Drag Race. We do have Laganja Estranja and Mariah Balenciaga.
Awesome.
And hosting the festival is myself and Mr. Alan Rose.
Yeah, we've had him on the show. He's been all fun sparkle drama.
Yeah.
He's a little hunk.
Alan.
So there's a lot of events happening. I'm actually producing the first drag show at the Libero Theater,
Yeah.
July 10th. So that's gonna be.
That's
Oh, when I'm
amazing.
gone.
You see, you just can't be too much time in London, girl. She's in London and Sicily and back in London.
She
gotta
loves
work
to
on my
travel.
tan.
She loves to travel.
Yeah, I do.
If you are watching this episode via YouTube and you love the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, Fun Sparkle Drama. Also, if you would love to help us out next season, please donate. Go to Patreon/FunSparkleDrama, and you can donate any amount of money to help us out. All of our crew and everyone here is all volunteers and give their time for our show. And it would mean the world to me if you would just give it. It could be even $1. So again, it's patreon.com/FunSparkleDrama. Thank you everyone for watching, and I adore you. I'm Nico Cervantes. This is Nina LaFuente, Miss Deja Ray, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I hope my little commentary was helpful. If it wasn't, it made me feel better because it made me feel like I was more a part of my own show. And they don't know that I'm doing this. So it's gonna be really a big surprise for them when it airs. I'm gonna add this little piece of this little piece of me to the interview, and hopefully it helps or it's entertaining. Anyhow, I guess that's enough of me blabbing. But thank you so much for watching, and I love all of you, and I will see you next time.